Welcome.
Well, hello there. I just slipped up real quick because I was trying to get everything all situated before I start my thing. I'm still trying to figure out the intro and the outro. We're gonna get there very shortly. Hi guys, it's been a while. My name is Lena Corrales, aka Blondie, and you're watching the B word. And no, it doesn't mean bitch, but I can be one very, very quickly. Now, God, I know someone's going to be asking me like, what the hell happened last week? Like, why didn't you do one last week? It's a long story. It is a extremely long story that I was just kind of like, I don't want to deal with it right now. I'm just going to just go straight to it, cancel it, move it for Tuesday. Tuesday came up, something popped up, and then I was just kind of like, you know what? Forget it. I'm not going to deal with this. And I just canceled it altogether. I did have an interview on Thursday, which that video is going to be going up on Wednesday. Now, I know I was supposed to make some announcements last week, and unfortunately, I'm going to be making it today. So, yeah. So first announcement, first announcement. I have finally decided on what I'm going to be doing with my channel. I'm going to be when it comes to live streaming, I'm just like blanking out right now because it's like I'm kind of rusty. um we're going to be doing either 2 to 3. So I'm going to be experimenting with that throughout the month of September and October. So I'm going to be experimenting with that a little bit. On certain days, I will post up a video. So Wednesday will be one of my videos, as well as Friday. And then I do have something really exciting for this Friday um, that I can't wait to share with you guys. So give me a couple minutes on that one. Two, you may or may not have noticed this, but I did a name change for my channel. Now, it was something that I had been thinking about for quite some time. It wasn't something that it was planned. It was just something that I wanted to do. And I didn't get necessarily get shit from it from one of my friends that when I was on her live stream last night working on today's episode, I kid you not, I kind of sat there and I was just trying to figure out exactly what I want my name to be. Now, in the past, I've had it as Hey Blondie Chick, I've had it as Hey Blondie, I've had it as the B word, I had it as B word. And every time I had it as Hey Blondie Chick as well as Hey Blondie, there was other channels that had that. So when I tried to link up my channel, I got tired of it because I couldn't see it. Like I couldn't see my channel. So I would see other people's channels. And some of these accounts that had like Hey Blondie and Hey Blondie Chick all were dead accounts. So I couldn't like get my channel to link up with it. So when I did the B word, there is a very popular channel called The B Word. And I didn't want to have any issues. So I just said, forget it. So yesterday I kind of was down, and this is going to be my heart to heart moment real quick in a few seconds, where I started kind of like debating with myself if I wanted to kind of continue with my whole venture through YouTube and everything. And I was just kind of like, okay, what is the one thing that I want? And a lot of times, whenever I start thinking and start game planning a lot of different stuff, I know it's something I want to do. So I literally went on Google, typed in YouTube channel generator, and just put my nickname in there and started going through a list of names that could work for me, and I saw Simply Blondie. So I was like, huh, as much as I say I do not like simplicity from time to time, this actually works for me. So welcome to Simply Blondie. My live streams are going to be staying as the B word live. So it's not going to change. It's just the channel itself is going to be known as Simply Blondie because I mean every segment I have is just different names, but this channel is just Simply Blondie. So that's the reason why I just wanted to kind of have a cleaner feel to it. And whenever I'm on other people's channels and I give them my link, it's like this long URL. So I'm trying to also help out my friends who are, other YouTubers that I go on for their live streams, help them out a little bit. So it's just Simply Blondie. And when I went to go look it up to see if it does link up, which it does, so thumbs up for that, underneath it is all brownie, like simple Blondie brownie recipes. So I was just like, yes, this is perfect. Now I can watch brownie recipes videos now. So that's kind of like the reason why. So let me jump really quick. There was one more thing that I wanted to say. It'll come to me later, I think. So real quick, a little heart to heart segment that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Now, I've noticed a lot of people have been kind of venturing off YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you name it, whatever social media you have, people have been slowly kind of venturing off. And I did a video a while back saying, or well, I'll probably link it up here later on. It's called One Step at a Time. A lot of people like to give out explanations as to why they stepped away for a little bit. You don't really, I personally don't need one. If I know you and you have, let's say, like a mental blockage, creative blockage, you are not feeling well and you need time to take off, go right ahead. I'm still going to be here. Now, I know some people feel like they're entitled to an explanation. You really don't. It goes right back to what I was saying about one of my good friends, Gonzo from Gonzo Radio, where the only person you really need to explain why you're stepping away from something is yourself, and that's it. So I just been noticing a lot of people stepping away and giving an explanation as to why, like, oh, why I'm leaving. And it's perfectly fine. If you need time to yourself for mental health, take a mental health break, take a week, take 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, a year. Having a mental blockage really does suck. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, no, it really doesn't. No, it genuinely does. I've had them. I used to have them really bad. I used to take almost like 2 years to do anything. And like I said in that video, sorry, I have I could have had this channel up and running a long time ago, but just not being in the right state of mind is something that like I really couldn't like handle. If I was not in the right state of mind and then start doing something, it's just kind of like, why did I do something if I wasn't mentally ready? And also the one thing that I do want to say to a lot of people, which is something that's also been popping up too, and this is more on the spiritual side, so you guys are more than welcome to take it or leave it. I genuinely, it's up to you guys, really. Right now on September 9th, Mercury retro, basically the retrogrades kicking in and everything on September 9th. And I forgot to grab that photo that my friend sent me. Let me go real quick because I completely blanked out about grabbing it. I have it right here. So there's about 6 to 7 planets that are going into retrograde. Obviously, Mercury, Uranus, Jupiter, Pluto. Oh my God, I lost it. I am so sorry. Oh, here it is. I passed it like my usual dummy self. So, Pluto is going into retrograde along with Uranus, Neptune, Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury. So each of these planets have a different effect. So this is kind of why I'm starting to feel like why so many content creators are kind of taking time off to focus and like realign themselves and everything. So it's not a bad thing, okay? With Pluto being like transformation and death, not meaning like someone's gonna die. It's more of like a transformation in oneself. Uranus is like a sudden change or kind of rebellion. So kind of like rebelling against what you already have established, kind of like lines of rules and regulations that you had applied for yourself, kind of just changing that. I hate when my phone locks up. Saturn, sorry, I skipped Neptune. Neptune is about spirituality and creativity. A lot of people are having creative blockages right now, so they don't know what to do. Saturn is about lessons and cosmic experiences. Jupiter is about blessings and great expansions. And then Mercury is obviously about communication. This also includes technology issues as well. So a lot of this has to do with issues that are popping up. So some people are feeling it, others are not. I've been feeling it, and that's why from time to time I've been feeling like what I'm doing is like not really good enough for me anymore. But at the same time, I'm always constantly telling myself like if I'm going back to it, that means that I do want to do it, and there's nothing wrong with having those mental blocks and taking a step back. So yeah. So I had one more thing that I wanted to say. So, oh my God, I have my notes here. Okay, here's what it is. This is another thing that I have been noticing as well, that more and more people are feeling like they're getting too old to do something. This was actually mentioned in my interview last Thursday with one of my friends, that you will see that interview very soon on Wednesday, that he was starting to say that he feels like he's a little bit too old to do something. And I kind of sat there and I'm like, it's never too late to start something. I'll give you a great example. Most people don't even know this. I didn't even know this until I actually looked it up. Samuel Jackson did not start acting until he was about 40 years old. He we all recognize him from Coming to America as well as Do the Right Thing. And and he did not get his big break until he was 42 from Spike Lee for Jungle Fever, I believe. And he was in his 40s when he started acting. So it's never too late to start something. If there is something you want to do, just do it. I don't want to sound like Shia LaBeouf, but like, bro, just do it. If you want to do something, go for it. There's nothing going to stop you. There's never too late to go to school. It's never too late to, start a new hobby or start something different. It's never too late because it's not a rat race. People make it feel like, and that's why people get mental blockage, is that people make it feel like it's a race to the finish line, and people just, people just make it feel like you have to be at a certain point at a certain time before anyone else. All right. So I'm done with that. Like, let's just move on to the next thing because, like, I don't want to keep talking about the same damn thing over and over. So, Oogie Boogie's Bash began already September 2nd. It just started. I really wish that I did not cop I wish I really did, because I'm seeing already like footage of it. I'm already seeing pictures. I'm seeing so many awesome things that it does bleed into my D23 predictions that are going to be I'm going to get to that right now. So let me just get to that D23 thing right now. And then we'll go back to Oogie Boogie's thing. So D23 announcements. Okay, guys. I talked about this already several times on my channel, and I have finally got a group together. Most of you guys have seen them in my videos already, or I've been in their channel. I've talked about a few of them already. So, by the way, that picture behind, that's mine. So don't worry. So D23, I am going to be teaming up with two other channels, CJ from CJack Production on September 9th. And it's gonna be all live. So we're not gonna be really like live streaming it or any of the panels, unfortunately. On Saturday, it's gonna be on my channel. It's gonna be on the B Word Live on this Simply Blondie, and then on September 11th, it's gonna be on Comic and Cosmetics. So we're gonna be doing a full length panel. Basically, we're gonna be kind of just talking about what was announced on the days. I really wish that we were able to live stream it. Um, I have to work over the weekend, so I suggested that we just do a recap, talk about everything and anything that just occurred during D23. Like I said, Friday is going to be on CJ's channel on CJack Production on the September 9th. Saturday is going to be on my channel, and then on Sunday it's going to be on Comics and Cosmetics. We're just basically joining forces to talk about something that we really love. And yeah. So once I have a time frame, I will make that announcement at what time each of our channels are going to be going live on those days. We'll let you guys know. I just don't know when, at what time. So we're trying to figure that out. But we are going to be working together Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay. So let's go back to Oogie Boogie Bash. Okay, finally. So I kind of wish that I did not like jump, or like not even jump out, but like did not go to this. Okay. I've gone to Disney more times than a kid should. And the thing is, the prices have gone up, and it's kind of ridiculous now that it's going up and everything. But I went, I would say 2018 was the last time I went to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween. I really didn't stay for the Oogie Boogie Bash, but I did see the different like settings and everything. So I kind of have an understanding. Last year they had Captain America Zombie, which was pretty cool. Now I do have three TikToks. I am going to be giving them credit for this, so I will have their name pop up right now. So the first one actually is from TikTok. Credit is going to Dan Tasmic, and let me go pull it up because I wish I had a producer. Okay, so yeah, it's this one. All right, so yeah, here we go.
Bruno's first appearance.
So when I saw that today when I was getting ready for this whole thing. Originally, I was not going to even talk about Oogie Boogie Bash, but when I saw these clips, I was just kind of like, "Oh my god, Bruno has a bucket." But then I'm trying to figure out, like, since when is Bruno a villain in this movie? Because he's never was a villain in the movie. So that's one. All right, that is one. So I was kind of like, okay, so they had the whole setup and everything. People were trying to figure out which of these characters are going to be where. So that was one of the settings that I did see, and I was like, oh, that's Bruno. They're bringing out Bruno because people have been requesting Bruno for quite some time. Here in California, we only have Maribel, and that is it, only meet and greet. And people were also taking notice that when it comes to her setting, there is nothing indicating towards Bruno. So I was surprised when I saw the backdrop for him for Oogie Boogie Bash there, because I was like, one, like I said already, he's not a villain. And then two, I'm just like, I'm not complaining. And three, the guy had a bucket. So we're gonna get Jorge, and obviously the hoodies for Fernando. So next one, please. Not this one again. This one. So the next one is actually PJ Reyes, and I have two for him. So give me one quick second. Okay, so this one's a little bit lengthier, but I have to talk about the makeup for one of them. Okay, so let me do the shorter one for you guys.
Oh, it was wonderful, dearie. Hello there. I'm sure you're all here to see me, the marvelous Madam Mim. Hello there. Hi, dearie. You. Yes, a pleasure.
So if you didn't know who that was, that is Madam Mim from The Sword and the Stone, which is obviously a King Arthur animated film they did. And if you were to look a little bit closer, you do see Archimedes the owl, as well as the little sparrow of when Arthur turns into a little sparrow with Merlin while they were kind of like playing around in cages. So I was just like, ooh, this is actually really interesting. So like, okay, but that one wasn't my favorite. Okay, this one is my favorite. So
I am Ernesto de la Cruz, the greatest musician of all time. You may feel free to clap at any time. Yes, I was a small man like many of you before. I had a dream. Tell me, my friends, do you have a dream?
okay, so if you didn't know who that was Ernesto de la Cruz from Coco. I was gushing over the makeup of how they did his makeup and everything. So that started to kind of like spike or pique my interest if they were going to start bringing out more of the characters like Hector, which is Miguel's basically his grandfather, his great grandfather. So I was just, like I said, gushing over Ernesto's makeup, basically the whole thing. So I'm just kind of like, wow, Disney, you've once again outdone yourself. But I'm kind of still kind of kicking my ass the fact that I'm just like, I'm not going to this, but there's always next year. So we're definitely going to go next year because I'm just like, everything looks so nice. And I just can't with this. So I'm not going to talk any more about Oogie Boogie's Bash. I'm going to talk more about Oogie Boogie's Bash in October, my more spooky month. We're going to talk more about it in my October month section. So don't worry, we'll jump back. We'll see these three clips once again. And yeah, so let's change up my thing. All right, so turn off. Okay, so I already did my announcements. Why do I click on it again? D23 predictions. Okay, so this is actually going to be really fun. So I was but I was on my friend's live stream last night. Danny from Comics and Cosmetics, she was talking about the poster, and I'm going to put it up real quick. Give me one quick second. So the poster is actually this one. This actually is made by Eric Tan. And it is literally broken down with different little Easter eggs here and there. And so many YouTubers, so many TikTokers have already tried to figure out where each of these, what is going to be each of the topics. So here we go. Here is my prediction. Now, when I was in the chat for Danny's I kind of listed a lot of the stuff that I'm already speculating for each of this, and let me get myself situated. So we are going to start on the tippy top. Okay, we're going to start up here. Let me just situate myself real quick. Okay, so we have Captain America's shield as well as The Simpsons Homer's donut. Now, here in California, we have the Avengers campus here. So I feel that the East Coast is finally going to get their Avengers campus. So I feel like they're going to announce the Avengers East campus for Orlando, Florida. So you guys are going to get yours finally. The donut for Simpsons. Here's my thing. People were saying like, oh, it's just probably some Simpsons ideas that they're going to come up with. There have been some, I think they're announced that they're going to be basically kind of like shutting down Krusty Land that's in Universal. I don't know this. I can't confirm nor deny this. However, when Disney, for instance, bought Marvel, there is a land in Orlando, Florida for basically Avengers or not Avengers, Marvel Land that's in Islands of Adventure. They cannot change anything. They can refurbish, they can fix it up, but they cannot add or change anything of their rides. Unless if they do, they have to get either permission or they basically get sued for it. So what I'm thinking is that I think, and here's a hunch, that they might announce that they might be opening up another version of Krusty Land in the Disney parks. I don't know. It could be just another. I don't think they're going to do another Simpsons movie, but I just think they're going to probably be adding something of the Simpsons to show that, yeah, we own the Simpsons. Here's the park. This is basically what it is. Okay, so we're going to start with this thing. I don't know what it is, but it took me a while because I actually had to go look it up. It is the creature from Avatar. So I'm thinking we're going to probably get another trailer for Avatar. Very straight to the point. Buzz Lightyear. Okay. I already have a feeling that I was just kind of like going back and forth with myself while I was getting ready for this, that they are going to probably announce that they're going to be doing a part 2 to Buzz Lightyear because they did leave it open for a second part. I don't know. But at the same time, it could also be more face characters because here in California, we did get a face character and this was our Buzz Lightyear for that face character meet and greet. So this was our face character for Buzz Lightyear for I think about a week or two. And then he kind of vanished for a bit. So I don't know. It could be, like I said, a meet and greet, or it just could be an announcement for another movie for Buzz Lightyear. We have the Boba Fett ship. I feel like it's just going to be announcements for season 2 of Boba Fett. We have the Great Gonzo here. I feel like it's just going to be another announcement for a TV series that they are trying to once again bring up. They had one, Muppets Live. I think it was like Muppets Live or Muppets Now. That had one season and then that was it because it fell into the COVID kind of cancellation because a lot of people, a lot of writers all left to go to do other projects. We have the Mandalorian ship here, more announcements, more trailers for the new season of Mandalorian. We have Winnie the Pooh. Now, right now, Winnie the Pooh is up for open domain. So basically anybody can use Winnie the Pooh. That's why there's a movie coming out called Blood and Honey. I feel like they're probably going to address the thing with Winnie the Pooh. So we have to kind of like wait and see. Let me go down. Okay, I should go here. So my friend Danny said that, oh, this is what you called. This is Stitch. Yes, it's Stitch, but it's not Stitch. It's actually Angel from the show Lilo and Stitch with the ones with all the cousins. So Angel is actually the pink one and Stitch is the blue one. Now, I can tell you this. I personally feel like it's going to be an announcement regarding Stitch because they have been talking about doing a live action Lilo and Stitch. So it could be a possibility that they might be bringing in the cousins as well. So you never know, but I'm really looking forward to seeing Angel walk, even if it's a character, because she does pop around from time to time, especially around the Valentine month. She pops up from time to time. So we have to wait and see. But I just feel like it's going to be more for the trailer for Lilo and Stitch or even in the announcements. Oswald the Rabbit. Long story short, Oswald was basically taken for a little bit and was kind of traded back between Fox and Disney. Now it's just kind of like, yeah, we didn't really have to do that trade. I just feel like because they do have a walk around character already for Oswald the Rabbit here in California at California Adventure. I think they're probably going to give him his own TV series because he's never really had the opportunity. He kind of did for the games. Speaking of games, we have Kingdom Hearts. They're probably going to make an announcement or even drop a trailer for Kingdom Hearts. So there's that. Now I know I keep skipping over Grogu. Let me move this real quick because my big ass head is blocking it. Grogu. I think it's going to be a face character announcement. In San Diego Comic-Con, there was a small little section that had a baby Grogu in its little carrier. I think they're going to be announcing or even showcasing the possibilities of having a face character of not a face, but like the characters Mandalorian, Grogu walking around Galaxy's Edge. So that so far I'm kind of like interested in seeing. Okay, so this one, wrong size, stupid. Here, this dragon. I'm gonna tell you this. I've never finished it, but I feel like we're gonna get a trailer for Enchanted 2. This is the dragon that's in Enchanted 1, so I feel like we're gonna get a trailer for that. I have to finish Enchanted. I tried watching it. I don't know what it is that I just can't bring myself to finish it. Going back into the center right here, we have the candle from Encanto. People are already saying that it could be an announcement for Encanto 2. I don't know. I feel like it's probably going to be more face characters since I mentioned when I was showing you guys the Bruno appearance for Oogie Boogie that we might be getting more face characters since we just have Maribel. We might get Isabella. We might get Luis. We might get pretty much the rest of the family popping up. So you never know. This, I'm going to tell you this right now. I have no idea what this is. So I feel really bad that I don't know what it is. I'm just staring at it like I don't know what this is. So, yeah. We got Vanellope over here. I feel like we already have meet and greets with Vanellope and Wreck-It Ralph. I was having a conversation with a couple of my friends the other day regarding about, I think it was either last year or the year before, where they were talking about how they're trying to basically construct costumes for bigger characters like Wreck-It Ralph, Baymax, Groot himself, like character costumes that can help actually like maneuver a little bit more than what they have it at very stationary kind of like stances. So I feel like there's going to probably be a little bit more meet and greets. Why is my big ass head blocking Vanellope? There you go, Vanellope. Basically more meet and greets. So I feel like it's just going to be a section where they're going to have like an official area for the meet and greets for Wreck-It Ralph and other characters. The Rapunzel's hair coming out of the tower. I feel like it's going to be the announcement trailer to the Tangle series that they have, but I think they're going to be probably coming up with another one or another movie for Tangled. I don't know. That one I'm just kind of like guessing. We have Tiana. So there's two things about Tiana here. One, here in California, they closed down Splash Mountain and they are redoing it to be Tiana's Bayou Adventure. So it could be, they're probably going to be talking about that along with a Tiana show on Disney Plus. So I feel like we might get a trailer for Tiana for her show for Disney Plus as well. I'm excited for Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I don't know why. Even though as much as I love Splash Mountain as the way it was, Tiana Bayou Adventure. I love Princess and the Frog. It was one of my favorite Disney movies. Still is to this day. I still love Prince Naveen. And he can take me like whenever. Now, obviously I'm gonna go down here. Obviously, my friend's the one that pointed it out. This is the Andrew Garfield version of Spider-Man. So it could be announcements of what they're going to be bringing in Andrew Garfield into the MCU on our side, even though he was in the MCU for No Way Home. It could be a possibility that just going to be working more with him, or it's just going to be a trailer for the new series Freshman Year that has Tom Holland, and they're just going to be using that symbol. I don't know. In here, we have the book from Hocus Pocus, which is coming out September 28th, I believe. So this is the Book of the Dead, I guess. Basically, that's why I feel like it's just more announcements about it or just, a trailer for it to kind of like lead up to it. Also, if you guys, I completely forgot, September 8th is Disney Plus Day. they're going to be releasing a lot of great stuff, including Tom Hanks' Pinocchio. So I will be talking about that on Friday, if anything. We have these two totems here and here. If you have seen the movie Turning Red, God, you can see one of them. There you go. Turning Red. So these totems right here, I personally feel like they're going to have more, they're going to be introducing meet and greets, going back to where they were talking about how they want to build costumes for like characters that are a little bit bigger and they need more mobility. I feel like this is probably their way of kind of introducing those characters of coming in. So I was kind of like baffled about this portion right here. I mean, I'm gonna take my big ass head out. Give me one quick second. I got to get on this side of the screen. Go. Okay, here we go. Give me 1 second. Be right back. Let me turn off my camera real quick. There we go. It didn't work at all. Okay. Anyway, so I'm trying to figure this out. Okay. Okay, let me see. Just back it up. No. Whatever. So you see these tentacles right here off to the side with the yellow submarine. So if you have been to Disney parks before they refurbished it, they had a ride here called A Thousand Leagues Under the Sea, and they had a movie for it. Disney has been talking about doing A Thousand Leagues Under the Sea for quite some time, and I feel like we might be getting a trailer for that. I feel like we are. I don't know. I just feel like, there we go. I figured it out because there's some stuff you couldn't see. So I feel like they're going to probably drop a trailer for A Thousand Leagues Under the Sea. We have the Shang-Chi, more information about, the show itself, not even a show, about the movie and everything. I'm skipping over this one because I do have to actually confess to you guys a few things. Staring at that sign the entire time, and I was trying to figure out, like, where have I seen that sign before? But let me continue finishing real quick. We have the Jungle Cruise book, the Jungle Cruise boat announcements of making a Jungle Cruise 2 with Dwayne Johnson. There are some ride movies that are going to be made. I did skip over these two guys because I wanted to kind of like get up there real quick again. But let's just get straight to it. These two, for quite some time, also much like A Thousand Leagues Under the Sea, Disney has been talking about doing a remake of The Haunted Mansion. Now, we're going to pretend the one that was with Eddie Murphy that came out, it never existed. That one, the story was there, but the delivery was left at the bus stop. They are planning on doing this. They have been talking about doing this for quite some time, and I feel like every single time they try to get a director, the director kind of drops out. From what I last heard, Guillermo del Toro was going to do it. If you know him, he does beautiful work, and one of my favorite works of his is Pan's Labyrinth. So I was like, I am down for that. We have Indiana Jones 6, so I'm thinking like, oh, we're gonna get a trailer for that. Great. I skipped over this. So this little tail right here, if you can see right here, Little Mermaid trailer dropping. That's what I'm thinking. Then we have Luca. I don't know what the dolphin's for, so I'm trying to figure this out completely. But we have Luca and Antonio. We have them as well as the submarine. I'm thinking that here in California, they recently refurbished the Finding Nemo. I'm thinking they probably are going to do a retheme revolving around Luca, the movie Luca. People are thinking they're going to be doing a part 2 to Luca. I'm like, I really don't need a part 2 to that movie. So Moana's boat is here. They are planning on doing a show for Moana on Disney Plus, so that'd be pretty cool. So it's two things that Dwayne Johnson is going to be popping up in. So fantastic. I slightly paid attention to my friend. She said this is the Ahsoka. If not, I feel like this is the Ahsoka sign up here. I don't know. I'm not savvy on Star Wars either. Monsters Inc. Either a Monster Inc. 2, not a prequel, but a sequel to the first movie, or the announcements of season 2 to Monsters at Work. Another and more information about Black Panther. Probably one final trailer for Black Panther. The Genie lamp. I thought they were going to be doing a part 2 to Aladdin. I don't think so. I mean, if they do, I think they're probably going to have to do a lot of recasting because of the controversy with Will Smith. But I stand corrected. I actually completely forgot about this. but the Genie Lamp is gonna probably talk about the Genie Plus program that they have. So I feel like they're gonna be giving out more information because even though I think it's in the trial period, I just think they're gonna be giving out more information. Let me go back over here. So I'm gonna zoom in, not on Mickey's crotch, but over here. We're gonna go back over here. So the SEA. So I literally was trying to figure out where have I seen this sign, and I know I've seen it somewhere. And then it hit me because recently I have been watching Offhand Disney as well as Disney Dan, and both have mentioned it. I may be wrong, but I know that one of them mentioned this group, and they're called the SCA. I completely overlooked this, like completely. I wasn't paying attention and I kept staring at it and I'm just like, where have I seen this sign from? I know I've seen it. So the SCA, that is known as the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. Now, real quick, let me just show you a picture. These are the official members. Now, if you are a Disney person and you walk around and you know Disney, these are actually Disney characters that most people don't really take recognition. They are Disney characters, if you guys didn't know that. But they're not prominent characters. These are characters that are literally behind the scenes. These are characters that some of them are actually drawn after, a lot of them actually are drawn after the engineers or the creators of certain rides. Some of these characters are based off rides. Some of them, especially the ones I can recognize, is Hightower, Harrison Hightower III. He is the person that owns the Tower of Terror Hotel in Orlando, Florida. The statue that he has in his hand is basically what caused the curse to unfold in the hotel. So then we have Lord Mystic. He is the owner of the Mystic Manor in Tokyo Disney. And obviously Albert's there as well. A lot of these characters, like I said, either have a very prominent role in certain rides that we just overlook. So why am I mentioning this? Well, the reason why I'm mentioning this is because of the fact that the SCA, Disney has been talking about for quite some time that they want to give them their own kind of show to talk more about them. And I only know about them because of, like I said, Offhand Disney as well as Disney Dan. That is the only reason why I know about them. They're basically, I feel like they're going to make an announcement talking about that they're going to be giving them finally a show. All right, so I am going up. Let me back up. Like back up. Mulan. I keep calling her Moana when I was doing like a little rough draft last night, but Mulan. I am going to say this now. As much as people did not like this live action version of Mulan, I actually really did like it a lot. Even though there's a lot of controversy behind it, I just like the fact that they stuck true to the story. Part 2, an announcement about Mulan. Fuck, Melina, focus. Mulan Part 2. They did do a Part 2 for the cartoon and everything. I just feel like they're probably going to give us a second Mulan live action. Because I mean, Disney likes to come up with sequels. As long as you can make more money, Disney's gonna touch it. And speaking of touching this, Elsa, I am hoping they do not do this to me again. So I blinked out about one of it, but I have to go back to the candle in a second. But more character meet and greets. But Elsa, we already have Elsa walking around. What I'm thinking is that they're expanding Fantasyland. They're going to be adding Arendelle to Fantasyland. So I'm kind of like, okay, I hope it's not but I'm hoping they do not do a announcement for Frozen 3. And I'm just kind of like, now you're just milking it. So please, Disney, do not give me a Frozen 3, because as much as I am like not a big fan of Frozen 2 was probably one of my favorites, but Frozen 1, I kind of like still kind of pissed off with it, and I'm just not a big fan of it. So, then we have Pete the Dragon. I don't know. I know they did a live action for Pete, but I don't know what they can actually do again for him. It could be maybe they're going to redo the movie again because I don't think it was that successful. So it could be an announcement, or it just could be an announcement for a meet and greet. I don't know. I don't know if people would want to meet Pete the Dragon because a lot of people don't know Pete. that much. Pixar Pier. Here in California, we have a pier called Pixar Pier. They've been working on it. They've been working on the hotel, so it could be just announcements on the hotel itself and what they're going to be doing with Pixar Pier. I don't know what this is. I don't know. Going back to the candle real quick, I completely forgot about this and I was watching someone else talk about it. Encanto, obviously. And I said more character meet and greets. The treehouse here in California is been under refurbishment for quite some time. So people are assuming that it might be turned into the casita or how the house in Encanto. So I feel like that's what's gonna be. It's literally right next door to Pirates of the Caribbean and in Adventureland. So it's at the edge of Adventureland. So I'm kind of like, okay, this is gonna be really interesting. So I feel like they're gonna give like Maribel and like the other characters that you might meet a permanent spot to do their meet and greet. The sword, I'm gonna tell you this, I don't know, but I'm thinking it has to be the series that they're coming up with Willow. I think I was not paying attention yesterday. Um Here they assumed it's Tron. I'm gonna say the same thing. Tron. The star, I'm kind of sitting here and I'm like, I know we got like a Buzz Lightyear movie. I hope we're not getting a Woody like announcement of a Woody movie because I already got Woody's origin story and that wasn't like the second movie of Toy Story. I don't need a movie on Woody's like creation and everything. I don't need one. Um this one I'll get to. This is the new Star Wars series that's coming out next month. I completely forgot, but it has Diego Luna in it, so I feel like we're gonna get more trailers out of it. I don't know what this is, so I feel real bad that I'm skipping over this one. This cutie right here. If you're from Orlando, Florida, you are gonna know who this guy is. So let me show you. So that is known as the show me the damn picture. Orange Bird. It's a popular character in Florida. I feel like they're going to be bringing him back. I feel like they're probably going to bring him over to the West Coast. If not, it's just Florida Orange Bird. They're probably going to make an announcement about him, kind of having more meet and greets with him. This is Ratatouille, Remy. This is the rat that that inspired me to go to cooking school. I feel like they're probably gonna open up a restaurant. I don't think it's gonna be a meet and greet because they already have meet and greets, not that often, only during wine and food fest in California and in Florida. That is about it. But I know that they recently opened up a ride in Florida that is called Remy's Adventure. It could be a possibility they might be making an announcement they're going to be opening one over here in California as well. I don't know yet, but I'm hoping that they're opening up a restaurant for Remy, so that'd be pretty cool. We have the Nova Corp ship. Two things: an announcement for a show or a movie for them, or just a ride. Since they opened up a Cosmic Rewind in Florida, they might be doing something over here in California. Eve and Dumbo. This is where I was having the hardest time trying to figure out. I'm thinking both of them. Well, not both of them, because Dumbo used to have meet and greets, but not anymore. But I'm hoping, I really am hoping they do another one. Dumbo 2, announcements for Dumbo 2, the movie. And then for WALL-E, I think they had done this before. They've been trying to fix the problem. They used to have WALL-E as a walk around character. Basically you had someone that had a control and they would have him wander around through the park, especially in a California Adventure. And the thing is that he would have a bad habit of breaking down. So they would have to kind of like carry him off. So I'm thinking that they might be bringing back the meet and greets with WALL-E. So if that's the case, that'd be pretty awesome if they do bring him back. Then we have Tinkerbell as well as Maleficent. People are already assuming that they're probably going to do a third movie for Maleficent. I don't think so. I personally don't think they probably would because there's nothing else to talk about Maleficent. But I feel like this has to do with the fireworks show for the basically the changes for the fireworks show as well as for the parade that they've been doing for so long. Right now here in California, we have the electric parade that has been one of the most popular ones. But I feel like It could be just more announcements about the shows that they have, like Phantasma and all that good stuff. I talked about this. Let me see. Let me back up. That's it. All right. So those are my predictions for Disney D23 Friday. If you missed it, I am going to basically you know, I will do a separate video for it, and we'll talk more about it. I'll basically have a separate video for it on my channel Friday morning so that you can see basically the breakdown. So let's like switch gears real quick. I need to like practice this a little bit more. Okay, so D23 predictions. We are done with that. Announcements. I already made the announcement. Let me make it one more time just in case anybody did not hear. Friday, we are doing a live stream. I don't know what time yet on CJ's channel, CJack Production, on September 9th. We're going to do one on my channel, September 10th. And then that's a Saturday. And then Sunday, we're going to be doing one on Comics and Cosmetics on September 11th, which is Sunday. So we are going to be doing a lot of recaps. So anything that was talked about, we are going to talk about it, and we are going to have fun. Finally, I can get to my movie review, my TV shows that I've been watching, reviews, and we will be done. We're almost done, guys. So I don't know. I should have talked about this a long time ago, but Only Murders in the Building. Now, Only Murders in the Building actually just finished, I would say not last week, but the week before. And if you've never heard of Murders Only in the Building, it is actually was on season 2. Finished season 2 and everything. The only reason why I'm bringing this up is because of the fact that at the end of season 2, a certain actor popped up. Paul Rudd showed up. So my interest like spiked. Even though I was already watching, I watched season 1 last year. Great show. The show itself is about 3 tenants in this building that basically have a love for true crime podcast where they find themselves in a true crime. Last season, a friend of Selena Gomez, Mabel, was murdered in the building. That's why it's called Only Murders in the Building. And Steve Martin Shorts, which is Charles and Oliver, help basically come together to solve the murder of Mabel's friend. And then it leads into season 2 where another murder happens in the building. And it's just kind of like, wow. I finished season 2, loved it. I cannot believe that like they bring in such an all-star cast into this series that I'm just kind of like, where the hell do you guys get these people? Last season they had Sting, and it was hilarious to see him in there. And I know that he's been trying to get into more acting. This season, obviously, we had Nathan Lane in both seasons, who is the voice of Timon from Timon and Pumbaa or the Lion King series. This season, like I said, Paul Rudd shows up, and he's also been signed to show up in season 3. So like I said, my interest like spiked even more because when I saw him pop up at the end of season 2, I was just kind of like, is that Paul Rudd? Because I usually see him smiling. This point is like, he's just way too damn serious. So now I'm curious as to why is he so serious? I highly recommend this to anybody that is, like I said, a podcast, true crime lover. I'm one of them. Anybody that likes murder mystery shows, anything that's drama. This is a comedy. Ironically, there is a lot of funny moments. You cannot pass it off with Steve Martin and Martin Short. They work together and stand up all the time. I'm just kind of like amazed of how well orchestrated the stories is, and it just leaves you wanting more. So Murders Only in the Building is on Hulu. Every Tuesday, from when I was watching it, comes out, new episode drops. Right now, it's all on Hulu right now. So if you want to play catch up and watch season 1 and 2, it is available. You can go watch it right now. Season 3 is going to be released next year. So I have to wait until next year. This is going to be fun because I really did like it. All right. All right. Next one is, which I have this all out of order, Mike. So this is another show that is on Hulu, and this is the show that a lot of people, I'm gonna be very, 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 very honest. I am a sucker for underdog stories. Okay. I am a sucker, especially Mike Tyson. I don't know why, but this guy literally came from nothing and became somebody. He became a person that everybody loved to a person that everybody hated. He came from the streets. He was arrested at the age of 10 till the age of like 13, 14, 15, he was given a chance to just change his whole life. And yes, and there was a lot of shit that happened. There's a lot of documentaries on the guy, okay? There's a shit ton. Now, this is not the first time Hulu has taken another celebrity story, the actual one, which I was kind of amazed that they never got the permission from. And that was the Pam and Tommy show with Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee. They never got permission to do that. They never got the permission to actually tell their story. And it brought some people awareness that about Pamela Anderson and where she was at, because she did go a little bit MIA for a bit, but it brought some light to her once again. And I'm really happy that she's brought into light because she is very talented and everything. But Mike itself, now I have some beef with some people, to be honest, because every single time a show comes out, they start like complaining about every little thing. And it's just kind of so interesting. You are not going to get an exact actor that's going to look like Mike Tyson. You're going to get as close as possible. It is very rare when you find an actor that looks exactly like the person they're trying to portray. Great example was Ice Cube's son portraying his dad in Straight Outta Compton. That was like pure gold. That was perfect. I love that movie. But you're not going to get somebody that's going to look like him. People are saying that he looks like the Dollar Tree version of Mike Tyson. I'm like, you're not going to get the exact copy of Mike Tyson, okay? As it is, going back real quick about how they did not get permission to do a story about Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson himself came out and already announced that he's pissed off with Hulu, first of all, and that he is going to be doing his own series with Jamie Foxx playing him as the title character, and he's actually going to call it Tyson. So I guess that's in the works now, and I have another thing to watch. So once that comes out, I will let you guys know if I'm going to watch it or not, which I'm going to. Like I said, I'm a sucker for it. Here's the thing. Everyone has been judging the actor himself already, and they're saying that, bro, he looks nothing like Tyson at all. You're not going to, like I said, you're not going to get Tyson. You're never going to get Tyson. So where credit is due is the story of how they're actually delivering the story is where I have to give credit to. Already there is 4 episodes. They do drop on basically Thursdays, I believe, and they drop 2. It's an 8-part series, so we have 4 episodes already, and they're about 25 minutes long. So they're kind of relatively short, but a lot of the episodes are broken down based on like sections of his life. So I got immersed in episode 1. The way they are executing the story is not how most of these docuseries start. They just throw you right into the story. This is actually just Tyson talking to an audience at a show, like at a convention or something. Kind of like think of it as like San Diego Comic-Con or even like Florida SuperCon or even New York Comic-Con, where you have like the person that you were talking with, like the celebrity, they're just up there talking about their life story. He has pictures in the background of certain events that he's talking about in each of these episodes. And it's also in a very hypothetical kind of wishful thinking mindset that I like a lot. There are points where he does make a point that he wished that he had punched out Rodney King. Oh, not Rodney. Is it Rodney King? He wished that he punched out basically the last person to help him out was Rodney. I think it was Rodney King. I'm not mistaken. I probably am wrong. There are moments where he wished that certain events that happened, especially when in his marriage, where there's a point where he doesn't remember what his ex-wife Robin and the mother were talking about in the kitchen, because he says, I was out of it, but that's what I thought I heard. That's what kind of what I wish I heard. And he does break the 4th wall from time to time in the show. So when I was watching it, I was just kind of like sucked into it already. I was just like, okay, you know what? This is actually really good, and I can't wait to see the rest of it. So like my whole belief is never judge a book by its cover. Don't judge the show based off the actor. Watch 1 or 2 episodes and make the decision yourself. I've made my decision after episode 1, and it was just kind of like there was just some things that some documentaries don't even mention, like his sister, of how close he was with his sister and how about her death and how much it affected him. That was never mentioned in some of the documentaries I've seen. So for them to mention it here, it was just kind of like, wow. So so far I'm liking it. I will probably review the next 2 when it comes out next stream, but that's like my 2 cents. I highly recommend to go watch it. Give it a chance. You know, what do you got to lose? It's on Hulu right now. You go watch it, form your own opinions, and once and okay, it's cool. Anyway, so let's just jump to the next one. I am almost done with you guys, so we are almost done. So She-Hulk episodes 1 and 2. Oh, sorry, not 1 and 2, 2 and 3 on Disney Plus. Now, once again, a small reminder, guys, I am in no way, shape, or form like savvy on She-Hulk, okay? I've already expressed this to you guys, and I think I'm going to continue just bringing in my work wife on, and not like work wife onto my channel. I mean, I'm going to, but I'm just going to drop her channel again. You can go check out Comics and Cosmetics. She had done a complete video on Jennifer Walters history and everything, her debut and everything. She has done a complete breakdown of the entire series, like the entire She-Hulk series, and talks about it and everything. So, like I said, my knowledge of She-Hulk is very minimum. It's very small. So I just come out and just say, yeah, it's a good watch. It's a bad watch. It's good. It's a fun watch. Okay. It is very fun. And I know there's a lot of hate on this series right now. People are bitching and complaining about how the MCU is now going down, apparently. And I'm using quotation marks for this. From what I'm learning from other TikTokers, YouTubers, Danny, this is normal for her character. And I was like, you know what, that makes sense, because you do see it and it's just there. Funny enough, when I was going through TikTok, I did notice that some people brought up, which I don't have the picture, I completely forgot to grab it, that people are saying that, oh, this should be, they're literally, Disney is ashamed, not ashamed, should be ashamed for ruining She-Hulk, the Hulk series, Marvel. They're just ruining everything. And then I was kind of sitting there and wondering, like, wait a minute. And that's when someone pointed out, and I was like, you know what? That's true. Apparently, Stan Lee created a TV series for Spike TV a while back, and it's not considered it's not considered Marvel canon, but it was a character, and I just talked about her, Pamela Anderson. There was a character that she played called Stripperella. And there's a lot of inappropriate comment, like, inappropriate things that she says, and her name itself is like Stripperella. It's like, okay, so you're saying that Stan Lee is gonna be rolling over his grave, but he came up with a character that is sexualized to the max, and you guys are saying that her twerking in a pantsuit is inappropriate? The girl was having fun. Like, I don't understand why everyone's flipping out. Yes, she does twerk at the end of episode 3. I don't have that. I wish I did. I just didn't think about grabbing it. But the series itself is fun and entertaining. Yes, the last 2 episodes felt a little too short for me. I'm starting to notice that, yes, they are like now just like 30 minutes. And I was so used to having like these longer 45-minute episodes, I think. I mean, yeah, most of them. But here's the thing. If you don't like something and you're part of a fandom, it's fine to not support whatever it is. If you don't like it, don't support it. It is that simple as, like, I had to grab this. It is that simple as grabbing your remote and like shutting off your TV and just kind of going on with your day. Like, it's that simple. But instead, people want to sit here. I get it. Everyone has an opinion. I value opinions. We all have opinions. But if you don't like something, turn off the TV. You have to support it. Fun fact about myself, I am not a big fan of Scarlet Witch. When I saw her, yes, she's a very talented actress. I am not a big fan. I wasn't a big fan of WandaVision. It's a good show, but I was like, it's not my number one that I'm going to go and watch it again and again. It's the same thing with Loki. It's like, I get the hype. Tom Hiddleston's a really great actor. He's very talented. He's all this and that. But my problem is that I personally am not a big fan of Loki. Yes, they're doing season 2, but what can I say other than, okay, it's a good show, and that's about it. But I still watched it. I still supported it. I still have respect for it. I'm not going to sit here and criticize others that like it. So, people, if you don't like something, like I said, just turn it off and just carry on. So far, I'm enjoying She-Hulk a lot. It's a fun series. Check it out. And like I said about Mike, check it out. Do be your own judge. And if you don't like it, don't support it. It's like this channel. If you don't like it, don't support me. All right. So this one's actually a last minute thing add on. This is called The Patient. This is something that I actually like jumped into the other day. This popped up on, I would say, on Friday, actually, so the 2nd of September. This popped up. It's actually based off a book. I have never read it. I've seen it, but Steve Carell, one of my favorite actors, is in it. It is about a psychotherapist that basically helps people out with, their disorders and all that, mental disorders. And one of his patients basically kidnaps him and entraps him in his basement and basically holds him hostage. There's only 2 episodes so far. I like it. It's fun. It's like probably, I would say, not necessarily Murders in the Building, because it's not a comedy. That's actually the first time I've ever seen, and I've seen Steve Carell and other stuff, but this is kind of like the first time it's not really him making jokes or anything. It's just a straight psychological drama, and it's on Hulu. So you should check it out. And last but not least, I have one more, and this is Little Demon. This is on FX. This came out not so long ago. It's a new series on FX. It has actually August 25th aired. It has 3 episodes now. It's about a young woman who gets impregnated by Satan's child, gives birth to the Antichrist, and tries to kind of live a somewhat normal life. And that's kind of straight to the point. Danny DeVito actually is in this, along with his daughter, Lucy DeVito. So it's like, I kept saying it's almost like a family affair where, father daughter are working together. So it's a fun series. I highly recommend not to let your kids watch it. It is extremely inappropriate, and there's a lot of frontal, basically full on nudity. So yeah, I would not suggest your kids watch this at all. Like at all. I've been having fun with it. It's pretty interesting so far. I'm having mixed feelings about it. I've seen this kind of type of shows already multiple times, but like I said, just give it a chance, see if you like it or not. And yeah, so this was all last week's topics that I wanted to talk about. And I, like I said, had things to do. So with that said, I'm going to skip the NGL questions because I did not save any of them. I will do it in my next episode. So with that said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I'm Lena Corrales, aka Blondie, and you are watching the B Word Live. If you haven't done so, please do so. Like this, or subscribe to my channel. I do have a goal that I want to make. I will let you guys know later on down the road because I'm trying to kind of like narrow it down a little bit. But with that said, I love you guys. And also, please, please, please be kind and rewind. And I hope to see you guys in my next live stream. I will actually see you I will see you this week. So bye.